This is Radio Nepal. I'm Kaushal Ghimire with the news, the headlines first. Top leaders of ruling alliance discuss cabinet expansion and government's common minimum program. Ruling alliance is meeting today as well. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda stresses developing feeling of unity among all citizens for national security. Government forms committee to hold talks with victims of loan sharking. And deadly fire kills at least 40 people at a migrant processing center in Mexico. Now the news in detail. Top leaders of the ruling parties have discussed matters related to cabinet expansion and the government's common minimum program. Nepali Congress leader Ramesh Lekhak said the meeting of the alliance held at Balwatar yesterday could not finalize the power sharing and common minimum program. Leader Lekhak added that the alliance would meet again today to conclude the matters. A draft of the government's common minimum program was presented at the meeting yesterday. Top leaders from the ruling alliance, including Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda, Nepali Congress President Sherbadu Dewa, and CPN Unified Socialist Chairman Madhav Kumar Nepal were present in the meeting. Earlier yesterday, Prime Minister Dahal and CPN Unified Socialist Chairperson Nepal held a meeting on various issues, including cabinet expansion. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda has stressed developing the responsibility and feeling of unity among the citizens for national security. At a concluding ceremony of national security training in Kathmandu yesterday, Prime Minister Dahal stated that every nation was involved in strengthening national security based on its own norms, values and policy. The head of the government added that national security meant the overall security of all sides, including territory, politics and economics. The Prime Minister pointed out the need of developing a national security system by maintaining mutual harmony, tolerance and solidarity among all for freedom, territorial integrity and national unity. The government has formed a 3-member committee to hold dialogues with the victims of loan sharking. The committee is led by Joint Secretary at the Ministry of Home Affairs, Rudra Devi Sharma. The committee has been delegated the responsibility to discuss the matters with the victims of loan sharking and update the development with the Prime Minister. The government has also prepared to amend laws to address the legal hurdles in the process. Meanwhile, a team led by Joint Secretary of Home Ministry, Kedarnath Sharma, yesterday met agitating victims of loan sharking and discussed with them ways of resolving their problems. On the occasion, Joint Secretary Sharma assured the victims that the government was serious to address their problems and urged them to postpone the agitation. Nepali Congress Chief Whip Ramesh Lekhak has stressed on the need for concluding the bill related to Truth and Reconciliation Commission presented in the Parliament. After concluding an orientation organized by Nepali Congress Parliamentary Party to the MPs on the bill related to transitional justice yesterday, Chief Whip Lekhak told journalists that the experts shed light on the bill and the need for its prompt endorsement. He further said leaders stressed ensuring justice to the victims and creating a reconciliatory environment in the society, concluding the conflict-era cases. Former member of Commission for Enforced Disappeared Persons, Dr. Gangadhar Adhikari, former chair of Constitutional Law Professional Forum Nepal, Raju Chapagai, and former chair of Truth and Reconciliation Commission, Ganesh Datta Bhatta, among others, oriented the Nepali Congress's MPs. The police fired tear gas cells along with warning shots in the air to control the crowd that turned violent in course of staging a protest against the naming of Kosi province. The police said tear gas shells and warning shots were fired to bring the situation back to normal after people gathered around Rodshes Chowk in Biratnagar turned violent during the protest yesterday. 6 police personnel were injured in the incident, while the status of the protesters involved in the scuffle is not immediately known. A detailed project report, DPR, of the Raxol-Kathmandu Railway is being prepared. According to Nepal Railway Company Limited, the DPR of the 136-kilometer railway is being prepared after concluding the feasibility study. A technical team of the Indian Railway Corporation is preparing the DPR of the railway. General Manager of Nepal Railway Company Limited, Niranjan Kumar Jha, said the DPR would be prepared within a month. Nepal had sent an official proposal to India in 2021 to prepare DPR after Nepal and India signed the Memorandum of Understanding for the preliminary feasibility study of the Raxol-Kathmandu Railway in the year 2019. Minister for Federal Affairs and General Administration Aman Lal Modi has said that the Federal Civil Service Act will be tabled in the ongoing session of the Parliament. Addressing the convention of the Nepal National Civil Servants Association, Office of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers Departmental Committee yesterday, Minister Modi reminded that he had said on the day he assumed office that he would introduce the Federal Civil Service Act and shared that it was now with the Ministries of Law and Finance for consent. Minister Modi also said that he had discussed with the concerned stakeholders to incorporate every side's sentiment and suggestions into the Act. CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli yesterday inaugurated a road stretch connecting Chhatrakot of Gulmi to Phorsa Takura of Arghakhanti district. The 17-kilometer long road project was completed with a total investment of 20.03 million rupees from the Lumbini province government. On the occasion, Oli claimed that several development works were initiated during the time of the UML-led government. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. On to some international updates now. At least 40 people have died at a migrant processing center in Mexico in a fire that officials say started during a protest against deportations. According to BBC, many of the victims had traveled from Central and South America trying to get to the United States. The blaze at the facility in Ciudad Juarez broke out shortly before 10 p.m. local time on Monday. The city, located across the Rio Grande River from El Paso, Texas, has seen an influx of people in the recent weeks. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said migrants had set mattresses ablaze. Local media say the migrants inside the building where the blaze happened had been picked up by the authorities on Monday and taken to the center. Artificial intelligence could replace the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs, shows a report by investment bank Goldman Sachs. It could replace a quarter of work tasks in the United States and Europe, but may also mean new jobs and a productivity boom. And it could eventually increase the total annual value of goods and services produced globally by up to 7%. The report says generative artificial intelligence able to create content indistinguishable from human work is a major advancement. The report notes AI's impact will vary across different sectors. 46% of tasks in administrative and 44% in legal professions could be automated, but only 6% in construction and 4% in maintenance. Now, sports football. Nepal has entered the final of the Prime Minister's Three Nations Cup after playing a one-goal draw against Bhutan in the match played at Dasrath Stadium yesterday evening. Nepal conceded a goal in the 20th minute of the first half, while Nepal scored a goal in the 90th minute of the game. Deepak Raj Singh Thakuri scored the goal for the Nepali team. Now, Nepal and Laos will face each other in the final match on March 31st. Now, the general weather forecast for the country for today, according to the Meteorological Forecasting Division. The weather will be partly to generally cloudy in Sudur Paschim province, along with the hilly regions of the rest of the provinces, and partly cloudy to mainly fair in the rest of the country. Isolated brief rain or thunder showers are likely to occur at one or two places of the hilly regions of the country. Kathmandu's weather report for the past 24 hours, the maximum temperature was recorded at 26.9 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature was recorded at 10 degrees Celsius. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin, but before wrapping up, the headlines once again. Top leaders of ruling alliance discuss cabinet expansion and government's common minimum program. Ruling alliance is meeting today as well. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dal Prachanda stresses developing feeling of unity among all citizens for national security. Government forms committee to hold talks with victims of loan sharking. And deadly fire kills at least 40 people at a migrant processing center in Mexico. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin. Our next bulletin in English will be at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website www.onlineradionepal.gov.np. Keep listening to Radio Nepal and have a good day.